Hello farming friends, welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, Mistermoose. And we continue on with our series of My Big Country. Yes, we are on our big beautiful map, My Big Country, and to bring you up to date on where we're at, it's harvest time. All these big beautiful fields are ready to go, so we're going to jump in there and it's just going to be a mega harvest day for us on this video. We'll be getting some canola here. We're going to be getting some corn over here. And then we'll also be starting out on sweet beets, which will take forever and a day because, well, beets and potatoes, they seem to take forever. So let's get right to it. We got our corn harvester over here. We need to set him up with a route in course play. Well, let's set him up. He's on field number 1. Set our width to 9 meters, and we're going to be starting in the, he's down here, so that's southeast corner, and not northwest, southeast corner, and we're going to just have him going back to the west, and let's have him cut in 2 headlands, and we're going in that direction. So yeah, generate course. Always use 4-wheel drive. He should be good to go, guys. So let's back him up, cut in, and get going with this. Alright, so getting some corn harvested now. Alright, that should be good. And he is off to the races. Who's next on our... let's see. Let's see, that guy's running. Let's get this guy going. I already generated a course for this guy. So let's get him running. And we'll... let's see, I need to switch over to the combine, activate it. Cut in here, and we'll turn the corner and get him on his way. So anyways, it's been a little bit since we've been on this map, and I thought we'd jump back in here, do some harvesting since we did so much work to get to this point. Now that everything is ready to go, this guy needs to back up a little bit, let that combine go through, and while he's doing that, we'll go ahead and load his course. And he's going to be doing overloader duty, and this is field 18, so we'll select that, and our stopping point is actually right here, so let's just drive around here, get him on the course. That's good. Alright, so we have to turn on 4-wheel drive. Speeds are good. We're going to manually select our combine, which this is going to be our New Holland CR10. And we're going to roll at 60%. And we're good to drive the course. I gotta say, wrong trailer for this. Select overloader. Now we drive course. And remember, guys, the reason I said 60% on starting to roll, that's this guy's going to start to drive his course when the combine is 60% full. That way, if he's in if the pipe is in the field with the fruit, course play won't call this tractor at 60%. Let's say when he hits 60%. The pipe's in the field, he'll wait until, if he can possibly get all the way down and make his turn at 80% full and the pipe's in the clear, that's when it'll actually call this guy. So that's the reason you set your fill level so low, around 60%. It'll help you out a whole lot. Alright, and this guy has a little problem here. I've got to adjust over the offset on it so he can actually get behind the case. Here's one thing I don't like about Courseplay, and they need to fix this in the next edition. Everything is auto value on your offsets in combine mode. Side offset. That's how far off of the side this tractor needs to drive to clear the combine, right? Well, and that is going to clip that tree, I bet. Nope. When you first install Courseplay, it's going to set that to auto. Should have known it would hit that tree. I went through and I cleared out a ton of trees on this map. And it figures I missed one or two. Oh, this is out by the road. I didn't clear any of these trees. But anyways, getting back to that offset. That first side offset, when you first put Courseplay in, all of those values are set to auto. And it will automatically sense that and put it in. But it doesn't always sense the correct offset for every single tractor. And where I've run into problems is the potato harvester. I had this guy doing potatoes the other day, and when he wasn't offsetting to the other side very well, so I had to adjust that, and that was on the negative side. So I had to come back to the positive side to put it to the left. Negative is to the right of the vehicle, obviously. Well, there's no way to click and make this go back to auto. Once you manually do it, which is MNL, once you manually change this number, you can never get it to go back to auto. And that's kind of, I wish they'd think of, work on that and fix that, because it would be nice for them to have that back in auto. Alright, we need to get our semi. We need to get this guy set up. And he is going to be doing semi. I haven't set that up yet. Unload to silo field 18, which is one of the very first courses I ever did on this map. Alright, and we should be able to drive course. Oops, actually, let's spin him around. And we'll just manually take him out here wide, because the course comes in way over here. Should grab it right there. Looks like he's pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna have problems with that case all day, it looks like. Oh, he's good now. Alright, so those two fields are up and running, and we can start on this nasty organization, which is going to be our sugar beets. Why that case keeps saying he's in traffic. Alright, this guy is going to be unloading field 16. And this is actually going to be listed as beets. Field 16. Load that course. And let's see, we're going to go here. We're going to say always use that. Oh, that case is driving me nuts. And it's the same thing. He's not manually offset enough to clear this stupid combine. So frustrating that that's not right. 9.6 is about where that needs to be. I'll put it a little bit wider. Let's go all the way to 10 meters, see what that does. Seems alright. Again, that's the thing. My other case, I haven't manually adjusted it, so it will manually adjust out on this particular unit. But that other one, this one, no, and you have to adjust it. So keep that in mind. If you ever do manually adjust one, you're going to have to always manually adjust it. Alright, let's get back to these guys. Okay, so we're setting this guy up. Speed is from the recording max 20 miles an hour. We need to set him into combine mode. We need to set him up manually for the 620, which is good. And we can go ahead and tell him to drive course. And he'll just pull up there and stop. Alright. You know, this is the problem with Mega Harvest and babysitting all these drivers. They just love to back up and run into trees, and you almost never can get anything accomplished other than babysitting them. And it's so frustrating. Alright. Hopefully Idiot can stay out of the trees. Alright, let's get this guy set up. I think what I'm going to do for him is I think I'm going to let Auto Combine do this guy this time. So let's hit 5 and bring up, or it's 6 actually. Bring up Auto Combine. Turn that on. And let's unfold this thing. Hopefully the trees on this side won't play havoc. I think they're far enough away. Everything will fold out. Should be able to get it started up. He's in here. That's looking good. Alright, so let's see, how do we want to do this? I actually want this to go just in circles. Alright, so we're going to set Auto Combine up. Auto Combine is on with this button here. I'm going to set it up to unload while driving. I'm going to set it to have the left side active. And I want it driving in circles. So things look good here. Let's see if when I hit start it runs the way it's supposed to. Looks like it's off and running. I'm gonna have a problem with that big huge hole right there in the middle. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get lucky. Because remember, Auto Combine works a lot like a hired help, whereas Courseplay, it's just going to follow the path and do whatever the path tells it to do. Auto Combine works just like hired help. If hired help sees a void in the field, it will turn around and go the other way. And so hopefully if it sees that void right there, it won't run off and mess it up too bad. So we'll keep an eye on it. Alright, let's see what's in here. Feeding. Alright, this guy's sitting there. This guy's filled. We're going good combine mode. I can go ahead and turn off that course. So you don't have to look at that the whole time. So we've got 3 combines running, 2 overloaders, 2 semis, and then we've got 1 tractor with that Flegel, this guy right here, and he's going to be taking care of our beets. And if we look at his stats, see, he's in auto, so he will auto when he pulls up behind the combine. He will auto sense how far over he needs to be, and we shouldn't have any problem as long as he senses the correct offset. And that's the problem, I guess, is the offsets aren't right on some of these tractors inside of Courseplay, because that's where I had to originally adjust, because it was messed up. Let's see, how far do we want? We want him to start rolling a little bit higher. We want him at 80%. And the reason is on him, again, he's not overloading, and the offshoot on the sugar beets is always going to be to the outside of the field. But with it set at 80%, when he comes back, actually I think 70% is good. With 70% set, when he comes back to the field, he'll get back before the call for the tractor to come into the field. But if it's at 50, it may call for him and he may be off doing something. So I think 70 is where I've been running it at. So our harvester for sugar beets, and we have a problem already. Or do we? This guy's gonna run into the trees again because he's just stupid. And hung up. Why he has to turn that far out into the trees to get away from the harvester just blows my mind. Alright, so he should drive now and go dump his corn into the semi and do his overloading part. And I do hate that they drive through the corn. Of course, we've gone through that before in our videos. I hate the fact that it drives through the fruit to get back here, but I guess you can't do much about that. It would be awesome if it could sense where he was in the field and say, well, the shortest distance to this corner is going to be to run the perimeter this way, or, you know, vice versa. This is the first time I've used this overloader route, so I kind of want to stick with it. Oh, that thing's going to slide everywhere, and it's going to mess it up. I may have to change tractors, because it's stupid New Holland just isn't heavy enough to run this overloader without messing up. Turn his turns down. Oops. Just the wrong one. Speed. Turn at 5 miles an hour. Field speed. Let's turn that down a little bit. Street speed. Turn that down a little bit. Maybe that'll help us out. If he's not going as fast, he won't power slide like that. If we continue to have problems with him, I'll just end up having to stick another tractor on here. But I was trying to avoid putting a bigger tractor on him, because as he continues to harvest the fields, I'll probably end up starting to plow and cultivate and all that with the other units. Just a little bit light for that overloader though. Alright, so our harvester is at 65%, so he should head out immediately to go unload the harvester. No combine in reach. There we go. Alright, so he's headed out. He looks good for now. This guy is looking good. He just unloaded. And this guy's at 59%. He's getting ready to turn, and then he'll call that other tractor. He's getting back to that gap in the field, so we'll see if that throws off the snippers on auto combine. auto combine's not working with a very wide path right now for some reason. I mean, it should be working at a 4-meter path, and it's working at a 3.29 according to this. It'll take forever and a day to process that field. And that's almost as bad as that pull behind potato harvester at 2 meters. Let's see if our tractor's on the way. There he comes. We can get out of these trees before he rolls up on us. And here's another reason why sometimes you may have to adjust the offset on your unloader. Is that legal trailer is actually hitting the outspout on the harvester a little bit. So looks good now. A minute ago it was hitting on it. It actually shoved the beet harvester out of the way a little bit. Looks like he's got a better working with now. Alright, so that's working. Lots going on the old farm. Let's see what else we can get into. Let's see, we've already checked on our chickens. Let's look at our cattle and make sure that they've got everything they need. Let's check out our productivity on cows is good. How about pigs? Let's see, our pigs 40, slaughter weight 31, total productivity is good. So we don't have to take care of them at all. So one thing I did go ahead and do is the Fent forestry edition that I had, that 938 or what 936 or whatever it was, the Varios that was I had so many issues with. I went ahead and sold all of that off, got it out of my saves so I could go ahead and delete all of that mod information out of my mods folder, because it just wasn't something I was ever going to use or play, so I went ahead and deleted that. And we have planted a whole bunch of trees for apple mod, so I'll take you and show you that, what changes I've made to this map. And I'm going to do a really, I started to record it today and had a couple of issues with the apples showing up in the trailer. But we went ahead and cleared all these trees out and planted in our apple and pear orchard. So we have those in place and ready to go. And we can harvest those as soon as we get good growth on those trees. And then we went ahead and put in the sales kiosk for our apple and pears down here. And what I went and did is, because I'm kind of anal and I like things to look right, if you just set this kiosk down on the grass without doing something to either get rid of all the grass, it will appear, the grass will actually grow up through the floor of the kiosk. And so here's our sales kiosk for our apples and pears. And once you put some in there, they will actually show up. And our case is having issues. Hmm. It's not him, it's our semi. Why did he... Oh, because he's in the wrong mode. There we go. Now drive course, and he will pull forward, and that will unload. I had made a mistake. Go figure. That never happens. Every game. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Everything we've got going on. I think we've actually got some apples that we can harvest. So let's go do that real quick. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Let's find a tractor that's empty. I've got to get a quick switcher. Anything I can get that will give me the ability to switch faster through all this stuff. So let's just grab this guy. Because here's the cool thing about the apple mod. I gotta get it right because I always want to say apple mod. Because of course I speak English and not German, so and most mods that I'm finding are in German, and so yeah. Alright, so we'll take our big John Deere back here, and this should pick it up. It may not. This will be a test for me. Here's the thing with the Apple mod is when the UPK came out and Multi-Fruit version 1.2 of the Apple mod basically made it where any blade or trailer that would hold potatoes would hold the fruit. Before they had trailers that you actually had to use to get the apples in, and it only worked with those trailers that were modded for the mod. So let's see. If we pull in, do we get it? We're getting it, but we're not getting the texture. So we're harvesting apples, but we're not harvesting the apple texture. And that's probably because of this bucket. This is a modded bucket, and while I can see that I'm getting, almost up to 500, 600 apples, while I can see that, I'm not seeing them in the bucket. I'm seeing more of a grain texture. So that's probably due to that modded bucket. If we go put them in the sales kiosk, they'll actually show up. But of course, I have to go babysit another trailer. Why is this guy not driving off? This is just stupid. There you go, buddy. You're good to go. You didn't even have to have somebody hold your hand. Alright, so let's get back to that tractor that was running. So let's just run over here, and that's all you got to do to harvest the apples is you just drive up underneath the tree and you fill up your bucket or trailer of choice, and then you take them over here to the sales kiosk and you dump them off, and it will sell. Basically, it will sell. I think it's 1,000 liters an hour, something like that. You only make about $200 an hour on it. So payoff is sort of like a greenhouse. You got to do the work to harvest the trees and then bring them to your sales kiosk. But once you do, then you get the money generated every hour. So the point is like you have to take water and manure to your greenhouses. You got to take the fruit to the kiosk. There we go. Alright, so you see now I have apples over here behind the kiosk, sitting down here in their little apple container. And if we go around front, we got a hottie and some apples up for sale. So anybody driving by will come by to see the chick and maybe buy some apples. Because you know they're not drawn in by the apples. It's the hottie handling the apples. I mean, how many fruit girls do you know at a farmer's market or roadside stand wear high-heeled shoes and a form-fitting dress with lots of cleavage? I've never seen it. They're either wearing like shorts and a shirt and tennis shoes or flip-flops, or they're wearing jeans and hiking boots or work boots or cowboy boots, and yeah, flannel shirts. Not night shirt, not nice dresses and high heel shoes. So that's kind of humorous. But anyways, so that's how that works. And then it functions pretty much. The kiosk functions a lot like a greenhouse. It basically just every hour sells off the fruit, and then you get your money. So yeah, I should have a video up completely on that mod. Hopefully I got one up before this video even, but if not, in the next day I will have that video, because again, the only reason I got ready, I had that same texture issue with the trailers, and I had to go look, and I had an issue with the GUI Mist mod, and I got that fixed and had the apple textures in it. But I sat down and started to record the video on it, and my dogs went crazy and I didn't get it recorded. So, and then I had some other issues and got away with it. And then when I sat down this evening to record, I thought, you know, I'm just in the mood to jump back on My Big Country and play something different for a while. So that's where we're at. And drop this guy in here. His mega bucket. Alright. This guy's almost done with this field, isn't he? Nope, he's got quite a bit to go. Well, anyways, so that's where we're at with our My Big Country map. Starting the harvest. I did go ahead and over in the BGA, I did compact the silage, or compact the grass, and I've tarped it. So in 12 hours we'll have some silage over there that we'll have to take care of. So in our next video or two, we'll take care of that with that. I'll try and flip-flop back and forth between this map and North Brabant, and just do a video on each of them every other day, and that way we can continue to keep one, because we put a lot of work in this map, and now that I haven't played it in a while, I'm not as wore out on it, I guess. Plus, kind of want to get my piggies fattened up and take them to market and see how we do with them. So this guy is hauling our sweet beets in to sell them. There's our scorpion over there sitting where we cleared out all those trees. And in case you're wondering why I didn't shoot a video when I was doing the harvesting of all those trees, yeah, I used the Brooks Oon to shred all those trees, just because I wanted to get it done, and done fast, so I could get the trees planted and get them to cycle through, so we could start utilizing them and do a video on them. And so I just cut them, laid them down, and then ran through them with the Brooks Oon, and just shredded them all up. I didn't even worry about the trailer behind it. It was like I'd fill the trailer up and run through 6 or 7 more trees, then go dump the trailer, and I didn't worry about actually keeping all the chips as much as I did just getting them all cut. You'll see I do have 400,000, almost 500,000 liters of wood chips in here, but it could have been seriously a ton more. But I just didn't care about it as much as I wanted to get the trees down, get that area cleared out, and then get the new trees planted and ready so I could utilize that. And we'll put a warehouse in. I'm still going to go in there, get rid of all that grass, get a warehouse put in over there. I've got a greenhouse I want to put in to show a couple of greenhouses, and yeah, I'm gonna drop some more trees too, because we're gonna put in some more fruit trees. We're gonna put in some plum trees, oranges, and really just make that whole back area a really nice orchard, and incorporate some of that into the gameplay. There's that mod. I was on Farmer Beavis's site checking out some videos he had done on that particular mod, and he's actually got a new portion of it that's not by the exact same developer, but they kind of stole this guy's stuff, and from what he was saying, that allows you to use the fruit and the new extension mod for it to make yogurt, which I thought was pretty cool. So be looking to check that out as well soon. So see if these two can run into each other. Made it through there. Alright guys, so looks like we're rolling along. This guy's gonna head back out there. Ooh, he's taking his own sweet time. The beet harvester's at 91%, so he's gonna get back there just in time to have to load it. I bet what happened was this guy was like probably 80% full or 90% full, went to unload the harvester, only got just a little bit out of it, and then drove off, so it was probably 70% full. If he clears it out and gets it down to 0 and then drives the course, he usually can get back before that thing will fill up. So it's at 95% now. There's no way he's going to make it back in time. These guys, though, they're working good. This guy seems to have excised all his demons, and he's running all right. Our corn transport just dumped. And here's our beet harvester. He's at 98%, and he just shut down. Let's see where our unloader is, how long he has to wait. I should be coming on in any second now. There he comes. Well, I was using 2 tractors and 2 tippers to do this, but it seemed like I didn't need it. They were sitting around. One of them was sitting around not doing anything for the longest amount of time, so I stopped using 2 tractors and 2 tippers and just went to a single. Maybe I need to go back to it, because it had to sit quite a bit of time. Let's see if he can get behind him without... Here's where course play has another error. If the harvester stops, a lot of times the tractor coming in to unload will have issues getting behind it. That time it looks like it did okay. It worked out pretty good. Well, that's where we're at then. We'll keep on harvesting. We're about out of time on this video, probably running pretty long on it. So I will go ahead and say goodbye to you at this point, but we'll pick back up and we'll do another video on these fields as soon as we can. Hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please give me that like. A thumbs up goes a long way. Join our channel, and of course leave any kind of comments you'd like. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll come back tomorrow as we continue on with more farming simulator videos with me, Mr. Moose. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks again for watching this video, and if you made it all the way to the end, well, maybe you liked it. So give me a big old thumbs up. That like goes a long way. Also, subscribe to this channel. I will update the videos every single day, so there'll always be something new for you to see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back again tomorrow. Thanks for your support.